hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cyrus Webb Presents here on Amazon.com. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us. If you guys are new to us here at Cyrus Webb Presents, make sure you guys hit that follow button. You'll see it either here in this corner or down below. You also see some of the episodes that have really have my next guest smiling today. We're excited to welcome Director Zane Hubbard to our broadcast. You guys know him as the director of Chronicles of Jessica Wu, of course, the Emmy-winning show. We're going to talk to Zane not only about it, but also what it's planning for him to do work in front of the camera, behind the camera, the success of the series, and of course, that you guys know how to stay connected with him. We are simulcasting our broadcast today, so we do welcome those who are joining us on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. We do have the comment section open. You guys have any questions or comments for Zane? Make sure you guys do put those in the chat. Same for you guys over on the Amazon side. Feel free to be able to click through those episodes and be able to let us know also if you have any questions for Zane too. But Zane, thank you again for the time, man. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Well, I've been looking forward to this. So definitely shout out to our mutual friend Ro Brooks for setting this up for us. First of all, I want to say congratulations to you on the success of Chronicles of Jessica Wu. There's so many great things about the series we're going to get into, but what has it been like for you to kind of sit with the success, Zane, especially, of course, the Emmy win recently?
Oh man, I can't lie to you. I was really blown away. When we created the project and I brought Jasmine Guy on, I was sort of like taken back because looking at her as Whitley Gilbert in A Different World and even on you know uh Harlem Nights and everything. I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm sitting here next to Jasmine Guy.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know, everything just kind of came full circle. And so when after we created everything, we put everything out there, we received some good feedback from some of the viewers and everything. And I I don't know, I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to take a chance on myself, submit to
Mm.
the Emmys, and I'll never forget. I think it was maybe July 12th, and the next morning, I woke up and I was staring at the screen at the Emmy nominees. I'm like, "Holy cow!" Like Jasmine
Wow.
Guy did it. So it was truly amazing. And Jasmine, tell you herself, she was speechless. I don't even know what to say right now. It's just
Yeah.
I'm
I
still
tell
pinching
you,
myself.
yeah, Zane, there has to be a whole nother level. I mean, of course, she's getting a lot of attention, as you mentioned, rightly so. But the fact that she's able to win for this project, I think it says a lot about two things. Her, of course, her amazing talent, but also the series, Zane. And I think for those who have not watched Chronicles of Jessica Yu, definitely Jessica Wu, make sure you guys do click down in the carousel for those joining us on the Amazon side, because I think this series is so powerful for so many reasons. One, of course, the cast, but also the storyline. What was it like for you to be able to craft a story like this, Zane, that does show that all of us can kind of be the hero of our own story?
Mhm. Absolutely. It's just writing the story itself. It honestly, it was inspired by my daughter. My daughter, she was diagnosed with autism in her early years. We were able to catch it early, and I really didn't know much about it at the time. And so just learning more about autism, and then you start meeting other people with children with autism, and it's kind of a community, and there are ways to help each other and learn. Knowledge is key. And so once we started to learn more information about it, I don't know. I was writing one day. I was writing a horror film for whatever reason. I don't know. It was
Wow.
yeah, I have a wide range of different types of writing. And then
Hmm.
I don't know. I was looking at a movie. It was an action movie. I can't remember the name. And my daughter, she was on the floor. She was like maybe 5 at the time. She was playing with her toys or something. And it just clicked like that. And I was like, holy cow. And then I deleted well, I didn't delete. I put the other project I was working on the side, and I just started writing. And
Mm.
honestly, that night, that those creative juices start flowing. You're just like, it just came out, and I I, I don't know, it's very special to me. I will say
Yeah.
that.
Of
Yeah.
course. And I think it's something that the entire family can be able to rally around. Zane, talk about that, because that cannot be said about everything these days.
Correct.
So, what has that been like for you to create something that is so powerful, entertaining, and that can kind of bring people together?
Yeah. I think that everyone can relate to it. I think it's a family show. It's also has it's a little bit of touch of superhero power sci-fi kind of thing, which is
Hmm.
kind of my genre. Um, Again, when I first started writing it, I really didn't know what my genre would be. I knew that I had a passion for action films and comics and things of that nature. And so I was just kind of dabbling, and then it just became natural. And I'm just so proud of the project that I'm hearing feedback from people who have children with autism, people who they're saying, "Hey, you're representing us the right way. I
Mm.
appreciate your project." My son, he has autism. He loves the show, and as long as I can make them happy and understand that, hey, they got someone in their corner. Um, I I think I've done my job.
Yeah, love that. Already getting the comments coming in. Thanks to you guys on YouTube. You guys have any questions for Zane? Make sure you guys put those in the comment sections. Tracy O'Neill Horton on Facebook says hello to you as well, Zane. And that's the other thing. Social media has been a big driver of this too, Zane. Did you
Yeah.
go into it knowing that it was going to play a pivotal role in one, getting the word out about Chronicles of Jessica
Mhm.
Wu, but also in its sustained success?
Yeah, absolutely. We are 100% independent. We don't have
Hmm.
any financial backing from any major studios. So I kind of look at this win as like kind of a David versus Goliath kind of thing. We kind of
Yes.
buck the system, and um, I really I take pride in that, because I know we worked hard and not only putting out our own content, but having to put our own content out every single day. And as you know, that's very challenging to do. And and
Hmm.
and, and it's just something that, if I got tired, and I'm human. Sometimes I'm just like, man, we probably only got like 10 likes on a particular photo or video or something, but you never know who's watching, so you can't keep up. I mean, you can't
Mm.
stop. You really got to keep going. Yeah.
Wow, you really hit on something then, Zane. I think that is something I've been telling people now for years. Hello to you, Ellen, joining us on Facebook. She says hello to you as well. Saying
Hey.
you never know who's watching. I think that's it. So for those who are just coming in, and I see you guys over on the Amazon side, see you guys already clicking through the episodes. So you guys are gonna love this series. I want to say for those just tuning in on Amazon, welcome you all watching Cyrus Webb Presents. I have the director of Chronicles of Jessica Wu joining us today, Zane Hubbard. You guys see him there. We're talking to him, of course, about the recent Emmy win for his show, of course, for Jasmine Guy in the series. But definitely make sure you guys go ahead, be able to click through on the episodes and be able to add them to your watch list as well. For those tuning in on the other social media platforms, you guys will see a link that will bring you guys over to Amazon so you guys can be able to get those episodes for yourself. Ellen says, congratulations to you as well. Saying, I want to go to that point you just made because I think this is something for us to stay with for creatives out there. You never know who's watching. So I want to ask you, you mentioned about, of course, superpowers. When did you realize that this was a superpower that you had, Zane, to be able to tell compelling stories?
I appreciate that. I started writing early, I'm gonna say ninth grade. Funny story. When I was writing, I started rapping. Like that's how
Mm.
everything was. And then I wasn't, I wasn't the best rapper in the world. And I remember my English teacher, and shout out to teachers out there.
Hmm.
She pulled me aside. She said, "Listen, you should really try writing poetry. I think you do this rapping and stuff. I hear you. Try to write me a poem." That was a challenge for me. And I took her on that challenge, and I started writing and poetry, and then I started making plays. And then she took me to the very first play I ever went to. It was called The Gospel Truth. And from there, it just that inspiration just really just started, building and building. And next thing you know, I'm a creative. I'm writing my own materials. So that's how it really started. Really just with the teacher.
Hmm.
Someone who believes in you. At the time, I was a hard head. I just running around the streets and just not, I was young. What they say, young and dumb. That's who I was at the time. But
Yeah.
you learn from your mistakes and your experiences. And I, I I I wouldn't take it back for the world. Just the way I was able to develop and become not just a better human being, but also it made me a better writer and creator.
Love that. Love that. And I think too, to that point, and the idea of storytelling, and I appreciate you sharing that story, Zane, because I think for a lot of people as they're kind of honing their craft, I mean, it just really shows you never know where it can take you to go from, to rapping to writing poetry to now having an Emmy award winning series, not too bad, not too bad at all. So I want to talk about that win for Jasmine Guy, and of course the success of Chronicles of Jessica Wu. I'm sure there was that moment of wow, we did it. But did it also make you excited about the what's next? Because I think for so many people who get the success now and the acclaim, and rightly so, Zane, that you all are getting, there is that thing about where do you go from here? Is that something that's already going through your mind?
Absolutely. Yeah, I remember when I first walked on just into the Emmys and the red carpet, I felt there was a sense of it, and a lot of people may go through this, but you go through this syndrome. What is it when you feel like you're not good enough?
Mm,
Like maybe someone's better than you. And then when I sat down and I breathed and I exhaled and then I saw my show being featured on their screen, that's when I realized, okay, I am here. This is where God wants me to be. And I really felt empowered by that. And so from there, after we won, it took some time to sink in. And so at this point, the sky's the limit. I'm looking into uh, studios and talking to different people to see really how far this show can go. Hopefully they can pick it up. Because I'm gonna let you know now, as an independent, it's not easy pulling money out of your own pocket to do things and those passion projects you love to do. So I would really hope that a major studio could be able to pick that up.
I love that. Ellen says, "I love it when teachers can hone in a student's gifts. Love it. I think that is so true. And now you've been able to do that for other people, Zane, and that's something that's not going unnoticed. I mean, you're someone who also encourages others. Why has it been important for you in the industry?
Yeah, because you never know who you inspire. Like I mentioned, there's always somebody watching you, and there's always somebody who may learn from you. They might be in a position that you were in many years ago when they see your success and they want to build on that and try to help themselves and help their own life out. So I try to remain positive and learn. I have a lot of learning myself. Look, I'm 48 and I'm still learning this beautiful world we're in. So,
Yeah.
um, really just being positive and trying to provide service. Um, like we have an organization called Autism Future. It's a nonprofit organization where we give young students, preferably maybe high school, college kids with autism or special disabilities, the opportunity to learn cameras, learn everything from behind the scenes, whether it's camera, makeup, lighting. These are core skills that people get paid for, and unfortunately. Um, 90% of people with autism they're either unemployed or underemployed, so we're trying to
Mm.
kind of close that gap and make them be able to be citizens and being able to take care of themselves.
Love that. Last thing I want to talk to you about, Zane. Again, we really appreciate you stopping by Amazon Live today. I want to show our audience this picture, and I want you to give some words of encouragement to other creatives out there as they look at that picture of course, of Jasmine and yourself. I mean, what would you say to other, especially to other creatives out there, about the importance of not giving up on their goals and dreams?
Wow. I remember holding the trophy. It was kind of heavy, more heavy than I expected. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, wow, this thing is crazy. But I will say that yes, never give up on your dreams. Keep writing, keep focusing, keep striving. Whatever it is that you do, continue to do it well. Be the best you can be. Stop worrying about whether you're good enough or not.
Mm,
You need to be good to yourself. And I think once you do that, that karma and those blessings will come back to you. Again, I was watching Jasmine Guy and on a different world, one of her infamous scenes where she's about to get married, and I'm sitting there, looking at her. I'm like in high school, and now I've written something that gave her an opportunity to receive an Emmy, something that I didn't know, honestly, she never had before. So
Mm, yeah,
um, that's a blessing, man, and I will
yeah.
never take that for granted. So keep pushing.
Zane, it's so funny you mentioned that. That was the thing that surprised I like a lot of people, myself included too, because I didn't realize till I started seeing the post, and I was like, really? you know,
Yeah.
but I mean, because you would think about her, and you would not imagine that, but I could imagine that it was even more special for you, and for this project, that this was the project that got her that that much deserved honor. So I mean,
Hmm.
what a powerful thing there for sure.
Yeah.
Zane, I really do appreciate you stopping by. Congratulations to you and of course to the cast, of course Jasmine Guy, on the
I
success of
appreciate
Chronicles of Jessica Wu. Make sure you guys here on Amazon do go ahead to catch up on those episodes you see here in the carousel, either on the side of us here or below us. Make sure you guys do that. Again, for those tuning in on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter, make sure you guys click the link that'll bring you guys over to Amazon to be able to get those episodes for yourself. Zane, for you, how can our audience stay connected and how can they keep up with the updates for Chronicles of Jessica Wu?
Absolutely. Our main hub is Instagram, so you can find us at Chronicles of Jessica Wu on Instagram. And if you want to follow me as well, it's just Zane Hubbard, just my name. Very easy, very simple. So we love to have you. We are very interactive and a great community, and we talk to each other. You make a comment, we're not going to just leave you hanging. We try to reach out to everyone who shows love and support. So yeah,
Yeah.
please join us. Thank you.
Well, congratulations again, Zane, and looking forward to our next conversation together.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Cyrus.
Hey, glad to have you. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Cyrus Webb Presents. Hello to you, Allie. Good to be able to see you over on X. She says thank you for the stick with it message. She appreciates that. Allie's also an author over there on X. We appreciate you joining us. And thank all of you for tuning into this episode of Cyrus Webb Presents. Until next time, I'm Cyrus Webb saying thank you for watching. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Bye bye.